Why'd you say that, Pierre?
I'm saying you said Druski took your laugh.
He did. That's my brother, though.
And I'm saying it's crazy how you said he's your Aries brother, but Alex isn't funny like Druski is. So I would
That's kind of wild.
I would just think that you guys would mirror each other.
Wait.
You trying to hurt my feelings?
Who's funnier?
Wait.
Okay.
We are not going to start the podcast
All right.
doing that.
You don't think
I just
be your own
people,
bro. The energy.
SaVon, who's funnier, Alex or Druski?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He got me smoked.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that. That's my guy. Alex is my guy. I think if Alex wanted to, he could.
Yes.
Alex holds back his funny.
Damn, do I?
I think so.
Hello.
If you wanted to be a real comedian.
Oh, yeah. If I wanted to be a comedian. Yeah, that's fact.
No, I feel like, you.
I try to light up every room I'm in. You all right? Nah, listen, we just started. That's 2 shots already.
My fault.
3 strikes and you out, motherfucker.
Love,
keep playing.
Love.
But nah, I actually want to give Druski some flowers.
Oh, that's nice. I like to start
No
the pod
bullshit.
like that.
Yeah, not because he's my Aries brother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would just be so vain, right? But no, I don't think a lot of people are realizing what he's doing in the space, right? Especially when it comes to comedy and just traditional comedians. I heard Kevin Hart a couple months back. He was trying to get Druski to, you got to get into the ring. You got to do stand-up comedy. If you don't do stand-up comedy, it doesn't count, things of that nature. And he's taken all of his ideas and compounds them into content. Yeah. Let me explain, right? Flavor, he's created what's it, Druski's House of Love?
Could have been love.
Could have been love. I love that shit. It could have been love. It could have.
I watched every single episode. I loved every single episode. I don't know if it was staged. I don't know if it was real. Yeah. But I loved it.
I loved it. And it was very reminiscent of Flavor Flav's Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
And what I like about Druski is that he's creating these ideas and just outsourcing the money.
Yeah.
While he doesn't have a boss. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm going to run this show exactly how I want to do it. It's going to be funny. It's going to be the way I see fit. And you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm going to make a ton of money. And I'm still going to link up with your favorites.
Nah, Druski, he has a very palatable form of comedy. And like you said, just this whole new wave of content creation and people like that. Like, I love seeing Druski. He's probably the most... let me not say that, but I think he's one of the more successful internet comedians to turn into something legit in the way that he has.
Super Bowl commercials.
There's so many people that we could probably list of and think of who just, from our perception, they may have fumbled the bag, right? They may have not made the most with their opportunity, but it feels like Druski is. And what I really, really like about Druski, other than Could Have Been Love, could have been love for me. Like, I have one of my friends, me and her was watching it every week at the same time, sitting like that was a real show.
That's funny.
For me.
You and a friend that was a girl was watching at the same time, but y'all was separate from each other. That's interesting.
Every week.
Continue.
Now it's a friend.
Nah, that's what friends do.
For sure.
We watch things remote.
We do, bro.
I know.
We watched the reunion, right? Like when the reunion got announced, I'm like, that was a real weekly thing for me.
Yeah, facts.
But all the other, legit. But all the other things that's like on TV and that can consume my time. Yeah. The fact that was because it also, like you said, the Flavor of Love, right? It brought me back to that type of TV, that type of programming.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me.
Same, man.
And Druski's great.
And
I like the fact that Druski, this is probably my favorite thing about Druski, and I didn't think we were going to start the pod with Druski, but he got accused of some nasty things a while ago.
Did he shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
And one of the ways that he proved his innocence was, one, I wasn't there. And 2, at the time I couldn't have been there. I had 91 cents in my bank account.
He showed the proof of that.
He had 91 cents in his bank account while he was still in these circles and climbing. Like, I think that got overlooked in a lot of ways. So I respect Druski for for putting that out there. Because everybody else looks at whoever and is like, oh my God, I gotta be this image, or he's with Odell Beckham or with Drake, so he gotta be doing this. But he's like, nah, dog, I wasn't there. 1, I didn't do it. 2, and like, I was fucked up, right? Like, what better way to show somebody? Like, I was popped. Having 91 cents in my bank account. So shout out to Druski.
No bullshit. And he just saw what he could do with his content. He didn't put himself in a box. That's like my favorite thing with content creators, with those that just don't put themselves in a box. And he was like, all right, cool. Y'all just max out or cap out at skits? Okay. the skits is gonna be the least of my worries.
Sure.
Yeah,
like you might get a
yeah.
skit a quarter, but I'm gonna show you what I want with my ideas. But man, salute to Druski. Anyway, enough about Druski. My boy's in the room. How was the weekend? I know my good brother saw Sinners, right? Because last week I purposely held back from.
I have an excuse.
Hold on, wait. That's a demerit for you. We're gonna treat this like homework. SaVon?
I don't even think we did the intros, bro.
Oh shit! Wait, oh shit! Hey y'all!
See how you get up
I'm
out
on
of
their
that?
ass.
See how you get up out of that, right?
Yeah. We're gonna come right back though.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? It's the Need to Know Podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, on the Need to Know Podcast. I go by the name SaVon, SaVon. And the N is for no, I did not see Sinners yet, Alex. So you could reprimand me, you could whatever.
Demerit.
They saying if you didn't see it, you're too single for me. I think I might have fell in that one.
No,
I might have fell in that.
That we're gonna get to you.
I think I realized that. I don't like that about myself.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
all right. You were supposed to see that movie. I'm gonna get to you in a second. What's up, y'all? It's your boy A, as always. Paco Rabon Papi. Never alone, always with the posse, man. P, what up, boy?
Yep. Yo, I remember I told you I changed my name. My name is, since I'm with child now, my name is Papi. So just call me Papi.
No one's gonna call you that. So do you have another name?
Yeah, not on this pod.
Nah, y'all don't have to call up.
Oh, so they calling you the silent supporters.
The silent supporters.
You won't hear them though.
That's the thing.
Because ain't nobody calling you that.
See how that work? See how that work? Back to you.
Yeah.
Mr. Man.
What's up?
Yeah, what'd you do this
I don't
weekend?
want to hear anything about singleness.
Wait.
Why not?
Wait.
Yeah.
I got a text this weekend, over the weekend,
Yeah,
from
so,
SaVon.
yeah.
Can I divulge this, SaVon?
Sure. I mean, I was going to get to it, but
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
So I got a text from SaVon. I'm
Okay.
in a dead of sleep, right? Cold, right? Knocked out. I had the phone on my chest. All I felt is, and I hear a buzz, right? So I wake up like, oh, wait, what's going on? I see a SaVon. I was like, damn, he needs my help. Where do I need to go? So I'm getting dressed. I'm like,
Jumped up.
maybe I should read the text. I read the text. He was like, yo, bro, I took an edible. Never again.
What?
Yeah, so that's why I haven't seen Sinners, Alex.
That's
I was
more
stuck.
the reason why you were supposed to see it.
I was stuck on stupid for 48 hours, bro.
You gotta
I don't
tell
have
us.
any tolerance for anything cannabis related. I'm never doing it again. Like, I'm done. Like that.
Wait, what?
I
Walk
felt,
us
bro.
walk us through what
I finally understand what that feeling is. I get it.
No, you don't.
No, I'm telling you.
No, you don't.
Because you always ask me, yo, SaVon, why can't you smoke? Like everybody fucking does it recreational. I used to, whatever the case may be. But I get it now.
What do you get? What did you see? These aren't mushrooms, SaVon. This is just edible.
Bro, it hit me like ashwagandha.
ashwagandha.
Oh, that's not ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca.
Oh, shoot. I'm right too.
Ashwagandha is a supplement.
Yeah.
It hit me like ayahuasca, bro. Like, you know how they say the thing with ayahuasca is it removes you from your body and you kind of have
ego, strips the ego.
It does all of these different things. Bro, that's what an edible did to me.
No, it didn't.
I can relate. I did an edible for my bachelor party and I literally felt the same way.
Bro,
Caleb was there too.
being high for me. And I hope there's somebody that can relate because
It's like crack.
I feel like such a
Why?
but being high for me, right?
Yeah.
This is the only way that I can describe it. Because when I tell people it affects me, it triggers my anxiety, people are like, all right, and get over it type shit.
That's
right?
foul. That's actually a real thing.
Like,
I feel
legit.
you. Yeah.
So I had to figure out how to explain to people why and how weed affects me and why I don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think if you don't smoke or if you just don't indulge or whatever, you're against it. And it's like, no, I'm not against it. It just does not react to my body right.
I feel that.
Like,
bro.
that's just all it is. Like, have fun, have a blast. I'll go to weed conventions. Like, let's do it.
Word.
Like, the fuck? But so the thing when I get high, how I feel is there's one big inside joke that everyone in my life is in on, except for me.
That you find out about, or
No, you feel a bit paranoid a little bit.
Extremely paranoid.
Got you.
But it's like people from all different walks of life have probably spoken to each other about certain. Like it's weird, bro. Like I start tripping.
Yo.
Wow, bro. I had to take a sleeping pill off the edible because if I didn't go to sleep, I would have been just up all night in my thoughts, bro. I'm never doing it again.
I can corroborate that for him.
Never doing it again.
So remember,
so many questions.
I told you during my bachelor party.
Yeah.
You know, me and the group of people that I was with, we had edibles too. One of my boys, shout out to Ron. I'm implicating everybody.
Damn.
He said
So rat
basically the
fest
same
up
thing
here.
SaVon said. He felt like everybody was just looking at him.
I just feel like okay,
like there was an inside,
Pierre had a reason. It was his bachelor party. What prompted you to just take a fucking edible?
For him, that's just a regular Saturday.
No, it's not. It's far from it.
It's far from it. That's
dead far from it. Like,
I'm
joking.
It was a weekend of boxing. There was a lot of boxing matches this weekend. One of my boys is a big boxing fan, so he pulled up. I think Canelo was fighting on Saturday, so he pulled up to the crib. He's like, "Yo, bro, what's going on?" He got there pretty late too. My friend, he's normally like a homebody in bed kind of early, but he hit me like, "Yo, bro, I'm pulling up. Let's get it." I'm like, "All right, cool. Yeah, what's up?"
Let's do it.
So I'm thinking, I like tequila.
Yeah,
I like Hennessy, right? I like alcohol. I prefer that is my vice of choice if I'm gonna indulge in anything. So I get the bottle, whatever. I think I even had wine this night. I'm like, you know what? We ain't going out. It's gonna be a chill. We go watch this fight. Cool.
Oh, little white Zinfandel with his man.
You get what I'm saying?
No, that's right. Yeah.
Like I'm a chill.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, bro, get the Eddie. I said, dog, what do you like? I don't want to do this, man. Like that was the first. I don't want to do this.
So you succumbed to peer pressure.
I did. In this instance, yes, I did. And that's how I ended up watching or eating this edible. And yeah, my life just turned upside down. Like I think I'm still coming out of the high. Like this shit lasted for like 48 hours, bro. 72 hours. Like
you got lucky. You were supposed to use the last 24 for sinners. The first 24, I'll allow it. You were watching the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You was with your man. It was an intimate time. Y'all were having a
It wasn't that intimate.
Oh, my fault.
We just watched.
Yo, why did I like that?
We just watched the fight. Because that's wild crazy. Put that over you on a Saturday night. Like, and see, that's what the edible do. It make me overthink everything that everybody's saying.
Oh,
right?
Shit,
now I'm gonna internalize this. Yo, why does Alex think I'm being intimate with another? Like now I'm going crazy. Now I can't even see straight, bro. Like I promise you, I'm never touching another edible again. Y'all are God's strongest soldiers. Whoever indulges in these things.
I actually don't like edibles, and I indulge into THC. I don't like it because you can't control it.
You get higher and higher.
There's no gauge. There's no proper gauge.
And
like
higher.
If you roll a spliff or two, you'll be like, all right, cool. 1, 2 spliffs, I'm all right. If you want a third, you might go into the third or fourth. Depending on how you feeling. You're like, you know what? I'm cool. With the edibles, you're not in control.
Wait, SaVon, was that your first time taking an edible?
I've done it.
Been doing it.
Yeah, I've done it before, but
far and few in between, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it's not for me, and I know that. But every once in a while, I try to test the waters.
Okay, Alex,
trying shit. Yeah.
Explain to us if you can remember your first time indulging
in edibles.
No, in marijuana.
Oh my God!
What was that like for you?
I recently had quit basketball. I was done being an athlete.
Okay.
I was like, you know what, man? Let me see what got niggas in the hood. So I mean. Okay. I don't remember the specific day. I do remember who I was with. I ain't gonna rat him out. His life has changed significantly. But it was shortly after high school, like around that time, 18, 19.
Was the experience the same as kind of what SaVon is alluding to?
Nah, I was with some professionals. They made me feel at home.
Okay.
Like shit, I was like, oh yeah, y'all used to this. oh shit, I bet.
I had to catch up.
Yeah, I had to catch up in the moment. It was super calm. I ain't even gonna lie. It was super calm.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't let you rat on yourself because I know you.
No, I could explain what happened when I took that.
Because you did tell me.
Yeah, I started crying because music was playing and I was upset that I couldn't sing as well. I think Bruno Mars was playing actually. And then I literally felt myself splitting into 5 different people.
Imagine what Coke would do to you two.
No,
niggas.
I don't want to imagine that.
Cool.
Look what just imagine.
I don't want to imagine.
Look what the edibles had y'all doing.
Nah, yeah, man.
You would have thought it was shrooms.
I believe in dare.
It made me
I did.
It made me question a few things. It made me
Well,
I think I'm still coming down from it. I couldn't move the next day.
Couldn't move.
Thinking about Sinners, right? I know you want to get in. No, I'm telling you what happened.
You wasn't thinking about Sinners. You was thinking about sinning.
I turn into conspiracy man when I'm high.
That was more the reason.
I don't need that.
No.
This is the problem.
No.
I'm telling you, I don't need it. And you're like, no.
For entertainment purposes, you gotta let yourself go. How do you change if you don't engulf yourself in those uncomfortable environments?
I start thinking everybody. All right. So there's this one. Real quick, and we can move on because there's a lot of shit we got to talk about. But there was this one camera angle after the Canelo fight, post fight. Okay. Post fight.
Okay.
The super fight, the fight of the century gets announced. Canelo Alvarez against Terrence Bud Crawford.
I can't wait.
Okay. Now, the way that they announced it's been rumors about it for years. If you're into this shit, you're like, oh my God, these are the two guys. You really want to see them fight? Cool, whatever. The information on it had not been announced prior to that night. So they kind of set up the fight. Canelo, he normally fights Cinco de Mayo weekend. Cool. Shout out to all the Mexicans. Them niggas get busy on this weekend, right?
Salute.
Just for them.
Yo, what?
But salute though.
Yeah, just the way you said it is funny.
This day weekend. But, so after the fight, Terrence Crawford comes into the ring. Canelo Alvarez come into the ring. They announced, I think, September 12th, the mega fight is finally here, right? And I'm high out of my fucking mind. I'm thinking this is Creed, nigga.
You think he watching the movie?
Nah, bro. Like, this is not it's not real life. Okay. And the guy who pretty much pays for all the fights, his name Turkish Allergy or something. I can't
pays for all the fights. Hit me, man. Just hit me, man.
What do you mean?
Next time, hit me.
You got to connect.
Yeah, man.
No. I'm not saying we pay to watch. I'm saying the guy who is putting all the fights together.
Gotcha.
He got real money. He got real money. He's like paying all of these boxers to fight. Anyway, it's the still shot where he's in the middle of these two mega fighters, and it looked. Damn, it felt like some Illuminati shit. I'm just like, man, this is like brain TV. Yeah, let's move on. Don't do edibles.
No more edibles.
Don't do edibles.
No more edibles, man.
I don't care how good it tastes. And that's the other problem. The shit tastes good.
Which one you had, brownie or candy?
I think I had a 5,000 milligram pineapple chunk bar.
Hold on.
Oh, whiskey.
What?
Stay right there. Before we leave, we have to hit this. Because I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people that take edibles, like, they're very lost because you probably won't know the dosage. Those crunch bars have the dosage on them. Now, let me tell you about these punch bars, actually. I call it a crunch bar, I'm sorry. These punch bars, they start relatively pretty low, like 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams. SaVon, you took a 5,000 milligram punch bar to the dome?
That's why you're
straight, no chaser. Yo. I'm telling you, bro.
He's an extremist.
I didn't.
Sure. He's an extremist.
It was all we had in the spot.
You could have took a piece of it.
It was a gummy. It was a
gummy, right?
The gummy looked as big as your lip.
My Blistex?
Your Blistex.
Yep.
That's how big the gummy was. And yeah, man, but
you could.
My ego was stripped from me, guys. Okay. I don't got it no more.
Thank God.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Sure?
For today.
You just I was about to say, you want to get another session in? Just to make sure?
Take one every day.
Nah, man. I couldn't do this.
Welcome back, SaVon. Welcome back, man.
Thank you.
Welcome back, brother.
Thanks for staying alive.
For sure. I appreciate it. Yeah. This past weekend, the Met Gala took place. Yeah. Now, I want to ask y'all really, really quick, because I'm not privy to be in those type of rooms just yet.
Neither of us.
Does the Met Gala, not the actual event, but all of the spectacle around it, does it feel a little bit like the Rock Nation brunch-ish vibes to you?
It's funny you say that. You know, the Met Gala has been occurring for years. If anything, I think the Rock Nation brunch probably bit off of what they saw there, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
It just feels like the cool kids club kind of. You know,
all the celebrities pop out. Got you. Yeah.
And nobody knows like what to do, what it is, right?
It's a fundraiser.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like to me.
Same.
A little Rock Nation-ish. But it's really dope. I love how they do the thematics and all of those things.
That's great.
We see people in a different light. Future. He was the first person I saw from the Met Gala.
Hendrix.
Yeah, he had
I don't know how
he dyed his hair.
I saw the new
I
look.
did see. He's in his new era.
He had the bell bottoms on.
Future could do whatever he want, man. We don't even know he's 41 years old.
He looked older with the haircut.
Did he?
He looks older.
I ain't gonna lie. There are certain people that look ageless to me. Him, T.I.,
Pharrell, yeah.
Everybody from down south Atlanta. Huh?
Yeah, damn.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah, what the fuck? We need to move.
Yeah.
Dang.
Up here is stressing us.
It's the food. Well, it's the same all around. Yeah.
Combination of everything.
Yeah, it is the stress.
The stress, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Future, like, without the dreads, I don't know if I could believe all the shit he get off.
No.
Without the dreads, bro.
He gonna start a trend. Everybody gonna cut their hair now. Watch.
He need to go bald.
Re-dye it.
Why he need to go bald? He got hair on
if that's the trend.
What the fuck? That ain't the trend. The trend is what he making the trend to be, man. You better stop playing, man. Some Future Hendrix people listening.
Nah, I'm just saying he should. I'm not saying his hair is thinning.
Oh,
you said he cut his hair is going to be a trend.
Yeah, facts.
I'm saying he needs to make bald the trend.
Oh, like how Pac did?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Future. SaVon wants you to make it L again. Come on, you could do it. Like Onyx in them, word. But no, he I liked Future's outfit. There were a lot of celebrities I actually enjoyed. Again, we're not the biggest fashionistas up here. We're not a fashion house. We're just a Need to Know podcast. A few guys spitting the shit right now. But for those of you that don't know, it is a fundraising event.
Yep.
Sponsored by the Met, which is the Metropolitan Museum. This year, I think of art. Thank you, Pierre. Yeah, this year I think they've raised the most amount of money they've ever raised. Actually, it was somewhere close to about $30 million or so.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really big. Celebrities get invited and
after parties.
After parties, they purchase their tables. It's a thing. And most importantly, Pierre, you said something on the walk-in about the Met that I wanted to talk to you about. And actually, not just you and everybody else, because I know there's some confusion about just some of the styles and the outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Met is the place where you're gonna see some outrageous
Some
shit.
outlandish. Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I like outrageous though. I like outrageous, but I like when it's done right.
Cause
see that's where art is tricky.
I like
tricky.
I like when it's done right.
And too, most of the suits or outfits I saw that like were kind of like far left, you can't wear anywhere else like on a regular night.
Probably wouldn't.
So like if you're literally spending all of that money, and most of it too is you're highlighting the artist or the designer.
Yes.
Part of that too is you're only getting that outfit off once.
That's a great point. And each year there's a different theme.
Yeah.
The theme for this year was tailoring black style.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was very interested to see how they was going to do it. I was like, damn, y'all going to pull up in some goddamn leggings or some shit? Like, y'all going to pull up in some, you know what I mean? Like, how y'all going to make that look?
Yeah.
But make it avant-garde. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to lie, man, it was killing. I got some favorites in there.
Same. I got one favorite.
Oh, he ready.
SaVon, you have one? Did you see any?
I saw. Yeah.
You have one?
I like Kim K's look.
Okay.
I mean, of course you do.
I think.
That's on brand.
No,
Kim Kardashian shouted out SaVon.
Yeah, that's
however many years ago.
It wasn't just a shout out. It was a shout out with the white heart.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was.
Knowing the theme of it was black tailored, she looked great.
I don't know.
No, don't do it.
Stevie Wonder.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no. Stevie dressed like he could see.
He put that shit on.
He put that shit on like he saw it. You ever put on the outfit and it looked good because you seen it?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like. That nigga looked good. Boy, him and the family look real nice. I ain't even gonna lie.
Lewis Hamilton had a fire outfit. It looked like ivory white. Ooh. I think the designer was Wells Bonner.
Oh, come on.
I think it was, and it had a bunch of like shells.
Fire.
The shells were the shells signified like I think African freedom and African heritage and stuff like that. It was real fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of messages within the clothes.
Yeah.
Pusha T.
I love Pusha T's look.
Yeah.
Pusha T looked great. He's always talked about coke, and lo and behold, he had these little powder sprinkles on his shoulders.
I saw that. Yeah.
On that red burgundy, that shit was hard. Salute to Push.
It's good to hear you compliment a great MC.
I always compliment great MCs,
yo, it's
especially
really,
Pusha T.
I'm so happy, man.
I love Pusha T.
You know, we didn't talk about the year.
When is Pusha T gonna respond to Jim Jones?
I mean, you know.
Yeah, he's stuck now. Right?
No, yeah. Speak to it. It's the edible.
Y'all move the goalposts when it comes to certain MCs, boy.
I mean, you don't go from beefing with Drake to like.
That's you moving the goalposts.
Nah, just
MC versus MC. Jim Jones went to the block, spat a freestyle, 100 niggas behind him.
I think there's still a chance when Pusha T drops his album.
That Clips album?
Yeah, you'll get something.
I hope so.
He'll get something.
I hope so.
Like, he's just been one of those artists, you can't rush his process. He's like, he's not gonna do, and I think when they did have their quick back and forth, it was around the time where everybody was just trying to put out as quickly as possible, right? Chris Brown was dropping some shit against Quavo, like everybody was kind of participating. It felt like the Royal Rumble last year with like beef tracks and disses like that. Pusha T's just never been of that ilk. He kind of does his thing on his own
Defend
tone.
your man, even though he's wrong. I know that's right.
Yeah. But he did look great at the Met Gala. And I was happy to just see that he was there. Like, I was happy to see certain artists were there, certain celebrities that we're familiar with was there.
His outfit confused me at first.
In what way?
Like, it looked like just exaggerated dandruff.
Pusha T
on the shoulders.
That's coke, man. I told you, don't get on that coke shit. Didn't I just tell you and him don't get on that coke?
Tiana Taylor, she looked
amazing.
Yeah. She looked great.
Mary J. Blige,
for sure.
Diana Ross, Lauryn Hill. The ladies really stepped out. Pierre, did you have a best dress? Is that what you were going to?
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Okay. I don't know if I don't think you mentioned it, but Rihanna was on there.
Oh man, we're gonna get to her in a second.
Okay, yeah,
she looked nice.
Yeah, she looked nice.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah,
blink 3 times if you need help.
What you mean?
Why?
He did that on purpose. You think you got to?
I think he needs help.
What made you say that?
Hold on. You think you got to hold a gun to his head to bust him up?
Nah. I think,
do you think anybody?
I'm telling you, bro. I know the Rihanna type, bro.
What you mean the type?
What?
She got him locked in a dungeon.
No, she don't.
Fuck.
What makes you? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Just holding him down.
You know who you should be asking that about? This has nothing to do with music. We're coming right back. Giannis's wife. Now, that's somebody that don't get a break. Every 2 seconds, she pregnant.
Yeah.
But she need to blink twice. ASAP Rocky.
I think
he loves this scenario.
Not facts, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What man wouldn't?
You know how many men wanted Rihanna and he landed on her and now she's a billionaire?
Facts.
They don't got nothing to worry about.
And the love, when you see them, it comes across as real genuine.
If I was him, I would bust every single time.
Okay.
All right, my fault.
Streets are saying, and by streets I mean Twitter and social media.
Okay.
It's saying that Drake might tell a joke, but he'll never tell a lie. He predicted this man's every move while gently burying his rap career. I didn't say it. This is what they're saying. Here you go.
Man, I love Drake. But let me ask y'all a question. Did we know that Rihanna was bigger than ASAP Rocky before they got together?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did he predict?
I think that bar was more so like,
yeah,
you're only relevant when you're attached to her, and you should probably have a kid again to be back in the head. That's what the bar said. I'm not saying I agree.
Not to you. I'm speaking to people on Twitter.
But a year after this whole beef,
that's like
groundbreaking. People don't know, man, because a lot of like the mainstream fans get caught up in just hits and what they continuously see. ASAP Rocky is so stamped within the industry, music, and fashion. I wish people really knew. It's the reason why you talking about holding a hostage, Rolling Loud. ASAP Rocky don't put out no new singles. He is always headlining. Always. Yeah. He's got some money, not Rihanna money.
Yeah, and before they linked, he was like Alex was saying, he was always into fashion. Like,
I just played the tune, man.
No, not you. We talking to them on Twitter.
That's it. And the chances of them having a kid at some point after that, that's not like the worst. Not worse. That's not something that like is far fetched.
But I will say, if I was Drake, I understand why he said it. He still heard about whatever happened or transpired between him and her, so I get it. I completely understand.
She dubbed him on stage.
Yeah, that was tough. That's
not easy to handle.
It's not, because that shit forever, bro.
Yeah.
You're not going to kiss me on stage?
Yeah, man. That bar kind of came back. Real quick, before we even just pivot off the Met Gala shit, how'd you feel about a year later, after the biggest beef in fucking rap history, like how does the dust settling feel to you?
I want to finish this real quick because
what I feel
about that, we ain't never gonna go back to the Met Gala, so we can close right here for real. Best dress for me, Savannah James. Man, Savannah.
Wow. Yes.
LeBron, you are blessed.
Yes.
All right. You are
beautiful.
You are amazing. You are blessed. You are anointed. You are protected. You have a beautiful family.
Wow. Yeah,
Savannah shut that shit down for me. She looked incredible.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I'm sorry. What you say? What you got, P? That's it?
Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton. I'll second that. Savannah.
Okay, got you.
What's going on, Need to Know Pod family? We are partnering back again with the good folks over at Underdog Fantasy. What is Underdog Fantasy, you ask? It is only the very best daily sports fantasy app.
Exactly. Now, we need you to sign up using code NEED2KNOW, all right? And make just your first deposit and get up to $1,000 in bonus credit. Come on, man.
As y'all all know, NBA playoff season is here. I have been locked in, picking my favorite players for hires and some of my least favorite maybe for lowers. But hires, lowers, that's the only way to go on here, all right? The more selections you make, the more chances you have to earn more money. It is that simple.
Real simple.
All right? The more selects, the more picks. Please, you can win up to 325 times your money. Make sure y'all go get that. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Again, Need to Know is the code. Like you said, don't wait. Download it now.
Now, SaVon, back to what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
About a year has gone past since the crazy ass beef, and you're asking me, where do we stand on it? How do we feel?
Just how you feel.
Okay, I got this because I've actually thought about this a lot. I hate that the two of them will always be attached to each other in this way. You can't mention one without the other now. That shit is really annoying. I'm not going front. For people that just enjoy the music aspect of things, that shit is fucking annoying because you'll be trying to bring up a fact about one particular person, and then here go the other people trying to bring up other things to creep in or negate it. And it's like, dog, I was just having a separate conversation about this person. Yeah. Where you at? Where y'all at with it? I think I still have some more thoughts. I want to hear y'all
though. For me, the UMG thing and the lawsuit, really did a number for me because it's like, all right, bro, like, you basically didn't sue him because you didn't want to look a certain way, so you went after the next best thing. I love, kind of just the time that it happened in and kind of seeing the back and forth between what everyone was saying and what they were saying amongst each other. It literally kept me on the edge of my seat every track that came out.
Yeah.
I also liked how Kendrick would kind of step on whatever Drake put out. And then there was that, little time where Drake was like, yo, drop your joint. Like, what we doing?
Yeah.
And then after a while, he really dropped a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think for me, it's interesting to see what Kendrick has been doing since then. Seeing the Super Bowl performance, and dropping GNX.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was actually interesting to see. Yeah.
I just loved how everybody was able to kind of eat off of this whole situation. Like, I think it was great for hip hop. I think we've heard anything that could be said about it.
Yeah.
We covered it extensively here on the pod. But I think Rory, Maul, DJ Head, what they did with it a few weeks ago, I think that was really dope, having two people who stand firm on each side. Just kind of recap it. And, whether you came away from it thinking or changing your mind, I don't necessarily think either one of them were going to be able to do that to each other, right? I think that was just made great for sport, great for conversation. I think the biggest thing for me is it just highlighted a whole coast that seemed to be forgotten over the last however many years. I think they had some moments when it came to like the Nipseys and the YGs and obviously the game. But I think this was really big for what it is that they do and their influence and their imprint on the game. And, Kendrick Lamar cemented himself as one of the top 5 rappers. So I thought it was dope. I thought it was fun. I thought we got a lot out of it. I think it's one of those things, like you said, they're synonymous forever. They're never going to stop. I don't think. I truly do not believe. Like, every day I see a new clip from the GNX tour of a stadium screaming.
Yeah.
Bro.
A minor, like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's here. We're here, and it was great, and it was dope for sport.
Yeah.
And a year later, I am just thankful that we got to live through it as somebody who loves competition and seeing people masters of their craft at the highest level competing. That like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it was just fun to live through. It was just just one of those things where you kind of had to be there.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely one of those things you had to be there
for.
A
lot of instant classics.
A lot of instant classics.
And just moments and the feeling, and you remember who you was with when what happened, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It was just one of those things where you kind of just had to be there.
Do we have recency bias though to call it like the greatest rap beef of all time?
No, because people older than us who were here for other battles have called
like
it
Tupac,
that.
Biggie.
Yeah, I mean,
Tupac, Biggie, Beans, Jadakiss.
50, the world.
50, the world. Yeah. Like it's big. These stars are big.
I think because the business was so big, because the hits that came out of it was so big, right? This allowed one of the artist to go on and perform at the Super Bowl, right? Like we haven't seen anything like that. A lot of big business involved, world tours or coming, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a lot, and there was a lot of other players that were involved in this as well. But I'm just grateful that we got to live through it. Like I cannot stand when somebody tells me about how great somebody was in their time. And no matter what I do, I cannot fathom how good Michael Jordan was in his prime.
You didn't experience
I understand it. I respect it. I know what time it is, but like I didn't live through the Chicago Bulls dynasty. I was born in fucking 1994. He was on his second champion, you know, like he was already in there. I didn't live through that. But somebody like a LeBron James, like I remember when he got drafted. I remember his first stint in Cleveland until now, right? Like Miami. I got to witness that greatness is something that I could speak to. And this is one of those moments where it's like 10, 15, 20 years down the line when people are fucking sampling Kendrick, when people are sampling Drake, and my kids, your kids is talking about, oh, why is this make you feel like this, Dad? And it's like, let me tell you where I was when he dropped this shit, right? Like that's one of the things that I love about this shit. So a year later, it's dope, and I can't wait to see what continues to come from this, because I don't think it's over. Drake, whatever contract he's in, he cannot stop dropping music.
Nah, he's not.
He's not allowed. You know how I feel about A$AP Rocky reproducing? He's just trapped in a basement and forced to do this. Going and going. Right? Like Drake is forced to just stay in the studio and record music and give more because this is just what it is.
I'm excited for his next album. Before I get into that though, I did want to highlight the revisionist history I've been seeing, and we're only a year removed. That shit is crazy.
In what way?
Like you were just mentioning all the people before us that were able to experience some of the rap battles and why the things make them feel the way they feel because they remember exactly what happened, where they were, who they were with. I cannot believe how our generation is moving the goalposts, reshaping what occurred, who won, who lost. We have love for both of these artists. After Not Like Us, it was over, y'all. Okay, I'm seeing certain people on social media, oh, why didn't Kendrick respond to the Heart Part 6? And I'm just like, fam.
Because it was already done.
Are you reading the room?
It was almost like it's not worth it for me to respond to this when clearly, that's when they stopped putting out.
Now, with that to the side, we're probably going to get the most motivated Drake we've gotten since probably maybe Views.
Okay, if that is the case, right?
Maybe Views.
Do you think it'll still be as effective? And who will he be directing his energy towards?
To everyone. You gotta understand it, right? We've already heard Kendrick's side of things.
Okay.
We got GNX. He's on tour right now. He continues to tell us that he don't fuck with him. We've gotten how Drake feels, but they've been bad moves. And they've been quick bad moves, right? Whether it be a Instagram post here or a live stream here. On his album, we're all gonna take a seat and eat some popcorn.
All right. Now that we're here, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this, because I haven't really processed or thought about what the next solo Drake album looks or sounds like, right? And it's funny because we always talk about CLB on this podcast. I love the fucking album. I think it's aging amazing. And I hate There's another song from there that we actually wanted to talk about too. But if we look at Drake's catalog and his discography, one thing Drake has always done, he's always leaned heavily on features, right? All of the people that he featured with and vice versa over the years, they were quiet. Most of them were really radio silent, quiet. All of Atlanta was indicted in the biggest diss song of all time, right? Like we saw Future, how he navigated, how he kind of played a pivotal role, and he was the first domino to fall, right? So we see all of his peers. This is the first time we kind of seen him on an island. Somebody like a Rick Ross, right? Him and Rick Ross had an amazing chemistry together, made amazing songs together. I'm pretty sure he was actually on CLB with Drake. So they collaborate frequently. Like this is the first time Drake may be on an island. And then even some of the artists who maybe didn't find themselves directly involved in it or indirectly involved in it, they may not even be as hot anymore. And the person I'm thinking of is like a Lil Baby. Right? I don't know if a Lil Baby can help a Drake situation. Like, what does that next Drake project look like from your perspective?
will barely get any features, yo.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Oh,
I'm gonna pull up his like albums outside of the collaboration, obviously.
I can imagine it because I'm speaking from what recently happened and not from years past, right? To SaVon's point, he's been relatively close to most of the people that he collaborates with.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah. Like Drake has made it a mantra as of late to tell you niggas that the stimulus package is over and he not fucking with y'all.
Khaled.
So,
you know what I mean?
Let's go for
Khaled, oh my God.
2023 for all the dogs, right? Fat D. He had Teases Touchdown, 21 Savage.
Teases song is great.
J. Cole, Yeet, SZA, Party Next Door, Chief Keef, Bad Bunny, Sexy Red, Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Those were the features on For All the Dogs. I think that's a lot of features.
Yeah.
Right? There's 23 songs and however many artists I just named is on that project. So that's one.
Yeah.
Let's take it. We'll skip Her Loss. That was collaboration. Honestly, never mind. I don't think there was any features besides 21 Savage on Jimmy Cooks.
One of my favorite albums from him.
But that necessarily wasn't a hip hop. That's a dance album. Right?
Yeah.
So
categorized.
We're assuming because we don't even know what type of album he's going to drop. Right? He's just said, "I'm making music. I'm a solo artist. You know what I'm saying?" He did the Somebody Loves Me and Sexy Songs for You with Party Next Door.
Yeah.
So we got that side. We can assume it's going to be a hip hop rap album, but we don't know with Drake. Like he dropped the whole dance album and it was really good. Before For All the Dogs, his solo project that wasn't dance was Certified Lover Boy. Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Giveon, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Future, Young Thug, Yebba, Project Pat, 21 Savage, Thames, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Those were all the features on his 2021 Certified Lover Boy project. Now we get the theme. I can continue to go on. I think before that he had Scorpion and there was a ton of features on that one as well.
That Kanye.
Actually, Scorpion doesn't have as many features as some of the others.
It's funny you mentioned that. And my whole point was the most focus we're gonna get Drake. I think he was I said views, right? But he was pretty focused on Scorpion. You remember that was around the time where him and Kanye had smoke. So he was writing some of those verses with a bit more vitriol.
He just had came out of the beef with Pusha T, I believe.
And he just had came out of that, right? He had all of that motivation in him. And I think that's the same thing that's occurring right now.
Okay.
No bullshit. We're gonna get a very motivated Drake. And the people close to him are saying he's in a mode right now. I don't think they're just saying it to kind of like amp us up. I think they're saying it because they can tell the difference from him being in a flow-like state versus him just punching in.
But aren't they supposed to say that though?
They are supposed to say that, but you can tell with how they're speaking about it that this looks a little bit different from what he's been on with us.
Okay.
Regardless, they're gonna take Drake regardless, right? But I think he's trying to prove something this time. He's trying to show y'all what's going on. It should be interesting. No bullshit.
Do we want to talk about Cole?
What's up? What's up with Cole? We can always talk about Cole.
A year removed from the apology and the whole beef. He's dropped some songs, dropped some verses. He kind of has been flying under the radar. Like, how do we feel a year post that? Like, has he chosen a side? Do you feel like he's leaning one way or the other? Do you feel like it's going to be completely neutral going forward? Again, the last album that Drake put out, big as the Super Bowl. What's the name of that shit?
First Person Shooter?
First Person Shooter. J. Cole, that was a feature. They did the tour together like they was real buddy-buddy. They was close. But again, dust is settling. Year removed. How do you look, or where is J. Cole's kind of place in this hip-hop Game of Thrones?
I think the best thing that could have happened to J. Cole is the type of fan base he has. He has a very kumbaya fan base. Especially when it comes to him, right? Like, you're fans of certain artists, they might have maybe a more of a toxic fan base, right?
Okay.
Or maybe a more violent fan base, or maybe a sadder fan base. J. Cole's fan base, who supports him and always shows up for him, is very much kumbaya.
Yeah, like vibe, like just for the vibe.
For the vibe, cool, even-keeled people.
Okay.
Who can understand both sides of things. I think that's why J. Cole's going to be okay. I think if he had any other sort of a fan base, it would hinder him and hurt him because they would expect something else from him.
Yeah.
But because they're just so laid back and it's love and
I see what you're saying.
He's cool. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of him and his homies in Miami bumping Somebody Loves Me.
I saw that too.
We in Miami turning up another notch.
Is it another notch? I thought it was another night.
Oh shit!
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea, but it works.
You might be on something.
I thought
so they take on his temperament. You're saying
yes,
his fan base takes on his temperament.
That's a great way to put it, Pierre. They take on his temperament, and they're okay with being like him.
Yeah, and his music isn't as well. His music isn't as problematic, right?
Nah, it's pretty motivational, if anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, it's pretty motivational.
Relatable. Like there's a lot of situations that he raps about. I find myself like, oh wow, that was me.
Me too. Yeah, facts.
I get it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I think he's gonna be fine because of that. You know, if he had a different sort of people that support him and he was doing something the opposite, then he would have a problem.
You wanna keep it on Drake with the Montell Jordan thing?
Yeah, Montell Jordan. Yes. You mentioned CLB. There's a song called Papi's Home.
Not pop, like.
Papi?
Not like Pierre.
I'm always home sometimes.
Okay.
Pierre, we don't call you that here.
You just said Papi. You just called my name, bro.
It's the name of the title. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Motherfucker. Now, the song Papi's Home, Drake samples Montell Jordan. Those of you out there who are not of age, you might be asking, who the hell's Montell Jordan? We'll sing this for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is how we do. Y'all was supposed to sing with me. Y'all niggas is fake as shit. I did a 3 count for y'all. This nigga drinking.
No, he did that intentionally. At the same time that you.
The moment I said it,
I'm parched.
I was just trying to see which song you were going to.
The one.
Okay.
I mean, and Drake actually didn't end up clearing that record. So, you know, Montell and his team went in and they did the proper back end work that they needed to do so he could actually recoup his money. And he actually recouped enough to get out of his deal with Def Jam.
Wait. How long?
Ain't that crazy?
What?
Ain't that crazy? For one song.
What did he sign?
Back then, Pierre, a lot of art. You gotta think about it. This is how we do it. What was that, 92?
Yeah, early 90s.
Early 90s, right? Yeah, I think it was early 90s if I don't. That's when there was no information for artists.
But that's one of those songs that I feel like
yeah.
was heavily commercialized. Like that can't make.
That's the thing. No.
Can't make sense.
The label made their money. Let's be very clear.
I was about to say like this is how we do it. That's one of the like,
the label worked it. The label did exactly what it needed to be done. Right.
This is how we do it. Is like Black. What is love?
Yeah,
baby, don't hurt me.
I ain't singing with you niggas.
Don't hurt me.
Nah, I ain't singing with you niggas.
No more.
Y'all ain't want to sing for my shit. I ain't singing for y'all
I
shit.
ain't asked you to sing.
Yeah, I did ask y'all, but fuck.
But it is like yeah. So I can't even imagine that song not recouping and him not benefiting from it financially. Obviously, I'm sure it did something for his name and his brand and opportunities, all of those things. But the fact that he's saying he just was able to recoup because Drake sampled it, the music business scares me, bro. It scares me. It's like the edible. It's
never know what you're gonna get.
Why are we doing this? Like literally,
especially
that's how I feel
then.
About the music industry.
Yeah.
Back then,
95,
maybe,
by the way.
95. I'm sorry,
95.
95, bro.
Like maybe back then you don't know. You're not as privy, right?
Yeah,
I think
facts.
the music industry is still new, right? Like everybody was building this shit through the Sinatras,
and artists had less info.
Yeah, like artists were literally just doing it to be artists. I don't think it was more so like businessmen. I think the business renaissance within the music business happened a little bit later on, but I think the 60s, 70s, 80s, going back to the 50s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, then the 90s, you know, we didn't really have the knowledge. And then the early 2000s, people start poking around. And then we're here, 2010s, 2020s, like everybody knows what this is. Like nobody is signing or nobody should be signing or everybody understands what signing a 360 deal is in 2025. Right? Whereas in 1985, you just want to be an artist. You just want to be on the billboard. You just want to Vogue with Madonna. Right? Like you're not necessarily thinking of the repercussions. So I'll give. Obviously, I'm gonna give him grace for that.
You better. I met him. He's a great guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, he came to my job a couple weeks ago.
Did he really?
He doesn't look a day past 36.
Another one. He from down south?
I don't know. Look that up, can you please? He looked incredible. I couldn't believe that was the same Montell. And to add to what we were saying, Certified Lover Boy was released in 2021, right? That means Montell Jordan probably recouped in 2021 or 2022. Look how long it took him to recoup and how fast it took him to recoup once Drake sampled it. So
did he date Kamala Harris?
You thinking about Montell with the show, SaVon?
Wait, they ain't the same.
You know what's crazy?
You thought it was the same nigga?
Facts.
Wait, they not the
No,
same?
in my mind's eye, I thought it was the same one. Baldy with the show,
Wait,
right?
they not the same. Yeah,
What's his name then?
Nah,
With the show.
Montell. Yeah, I got it right. Montell Jordan. Yeah, that's him.
they not the same.
No, that's not the same Montell.
What's the show Montell's name?
Montell.
He had a last name
You're right.
though.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Montell Jordan is from South Central LA, by the way.
He's from LA. Okay,
Yeah.
LA guy. Okay. Montell talk show host. Let's see. Talk show.
His last name might be Jordan for real.
Nah, if it's that, I'm gonna be mad. His name is Montell Williams.
All right, close.
They're both black.
They in the family.
Nah,
That's
nah.
like Smith.
Yeah, I know, but
Jordan.
Was that a popular name?
I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
And they both look similar. That's what's fucking me up.
It fucks me up when I see like babies with grown names. Like
Word.
looking at a baby and saying,
How
"I'm
do
about
you-
to name him Hank
You call the nigga Lester.
or Montel."
Yeah,
Livingston.
Livingston. Like, what
I
the
was like, "Oh, that's baby Richard."
Yeah, that's-
like baby Betty.
I got an
I'm
aunt.
sorry. I hope I'm not.
Nah, it's okay. I got an aunt named Esther. I was like, oh my God, I know they was calling that baby Esther.
Like,
That's crazy.
Why was they calling that baby Esther? Oh my, I think about that all the time.
I
actually.
will never get over Hank.
Yeah.
Hank.
But
Looking at a
Hank is
baby and saying, "Baby Hank," I'm gonna name you Hank.
nigga, you look like Hank. I'm gonna call you Hank.
That's a what? Look,
Sound like a hard worker for the rest of your life. Hank.
You instill
I'm
it young. No, you gotta instill it young.
yeah, the Montells was an error. Montel, okay.
What you think your parents were thinking about when they named you SaVon?
Soap.
I was named after one of my uncles.
Oh yeah, you did tell us. That.
Yeah, I was named after one of my uncles.
Some clean people.
Alex, who named you?
I think my pops named me. He thought I was
That's
gonna be
fine.
great.
I mean, you are.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
am.
mean he thought?
No, I know.
Yeah, we in the
I'm just saying,
present.
how would he know if he gonna leave, nigga? The
Yeah.
fuck? That nigga had some foresight on him, didn't he?
He
that
said,
nigga, that boy good.
He said, "Nah, for you to be great, I gotta leave."
I gotta go.
That's what's wrong with the NBA.
What fatherless?
It's too many fathers in these niggas'
too many.
lives. That's what's wrong.
You know they.
That's honestly.
Nah, that's good.
That helped. That
We need some more trench babies.
Nah, there's a stat out there that says
Word?
70% of most families now are nuclear,
Okay.
consisting of a father and a mother.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it wasn't anywhere. I think, it wasn't anywhere near 70.
Yeah. I like.
So we doing good.
I like my hoopers hungry.
a lot.
They ate once
Starving.
a day.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
They are the meal ticket.
They had a word. They ate the meal ticket.
Yeah.
They had a grandmother that raised them
Okay.
until she went to the casino. Like, I like that.
I don't see grandmothers no more on
Yo,
draft night.
I
Nah, they
know.
young.
All I see is white women
They young.
and parents.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
where is grandma at? Where is Big Mama at?
Yeah, man. We gotta get back. We gotta do the science on this, bro.
The science is there. AAU took over. The NBA game is very polished now.
Mhm.
It doesn't really behoove street ballers or trench babies.
Even like the NFL.
they see
though.
through, but the NFL don't got trench
Hell
babies.
Nah, bro.
NFL still got trench baby. Xavier
Leggett.
that nigga is a trench baby.
Nah, he's just from like deep South
Yeah,
Carolina.
Yeah, that's the trenches.
Just eat raccoon, bro.
Yeah.
You ever heard him speak?
Yes.
Yeah, facts. I heard him speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know
He
if
was
he got
just
his
drafted.
mom and dad, man.
He got a horse.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that might be the key.
Pause on the play. I don't want y'all thinking I'm being a freak boy. Like, he literally
Yeah,
bought a
nah,
horse
you-
for his stable. I'm just saying.
I just kept it pushing, bro. I ain't say nothing. But yeah, that Montell
man.
Jordan story.
Shit is
That was
crazy.
interesting. That was kind of
Very
crazy.
much interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
again, the music business for me, I'm terrified of it.
Damn, that's
Salute
crazy.
to
It's
anybody who,
It's crazy.
willingly wakes up every day and says, "This is the business that I want to be a part of." Because
But
I
most,
know it's tough.
most artists now realize that they can't just prioritize music,
Yeah,
right? If
Usually-
anything, they use it as a launching pad,
for sure.
or they just incorporate it with everything else that
Yeah.
they're doing, right?
Got a bunch of deals going
yeah,
on.
Yeah. The music has changed now, man.
Yeah.
You got to have other things going for yourself. If not, you're going to feel assed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, plain and simple.
Most leagues, even sports leagues, do that. Most players get endorsed by different brands.
Mm,
Yeah, because it's the whole entrepreneurial age.
yeah.
Because technically, too, you don't really make money outside of the season.
Yeah.
Hello.
So
I'm glad y'all actually said that. I had no idea we was going to talk about this, but fuck it. Let's get it. How has this current economic climate affected either you or the people in your circle? And I say that because me and my mom was having a conversation about just the spirit of being an entrepreneur, how it's just taking over this generation, millennials into Gen Z, now Gen Alpha, all of these things, right? Like people see TikTok, they see these cameras, they see YouTube, like, oh, I want to do this because I see my favorite creator making that, so I'm going to be able to, right? Like it's a thing now. So where now people are starting to almost shun work or just seeing the flaws in what a 9-to-5 is. A 9-to-5 is not really a 9-to-5. It's more like a 7-to-6, right? Depending on what your commute is, depending on where you are. So like our eyes are starting to open as a society, and starting to try to find ways to make more money, obviously. But I think the market, the economy has been really fucking brutal.
Yeah.
And it has not been kind to most people that I know.
And they're projecting that this summer is going to be worse.
It's going to get worse.
Really?
On the verge of a fucking
another
recession.
Downclimb.
I may have to go hit the job market. But but yeah, I'm curious to hear like what has been y'all experience with that? Because I know in my personal life, everybody I know is trying to get to it in unconventional ways, whether it be working 80 hours a week, having 2 jobs, trying to find a side hustle while also maintaining and doing another hustle, but then wanting to prioritize your health and your family, right? Like, I think that has been one of the underlying stresses and struggles with a lot of people today that maybe we aren't having open conversations about. But I'm curious to know, my guys, how has it even affected you? Do you feel it? Do you see the effects of it?
Yeah. Like for me, so I've been call it an entrepreneur, right? Since 2017, I went full-time video, right?
Yeah, self-employed for real.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. Really cool though, because you know you network and then you meet different people and you find yourself doing really cool things.
Yeah.
To answer your SaVon's questions more in particular, when I think of that, I think of like, yo, when I was in school or when we were all in school, they weren't teaching us anything.
Yo,
like.
They were literally teaching us the syllabus.
I've never since I've graduated have I needed to know the Pythagorean theorem.
Ever. Not once.
Or know what C6H12O6 actually equates to.
Right.
Or know why DNA is the acronym DNA. You know what I mean? But it just makes me think like, you know, there are far more important things that they probably should have been teaching us, like taxes. Because no one really, you inherit learning taxes.
You're forced when it's knock, buddy. The fuck?
Yeah, and it could be quite a lot. I just got hit with I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, it made a dent. I think we all are kind of feeling that, right? And then the other thing that I think of too, like just randomly, like the other day I was in a supermarket and I saw someone getting dropped off to go to work there, and I said to myself, like, man, I wonder if that person knows that they might have gifts or do certain things where, you know, they could work for themselves and not have to necessarily be at that particular job, because I don't think anyone really aspires to being a supermarket cashier or working in a supermarket. But at the same time, you need people in those essential jobs to kind of get things moving and keep the world going.
But
you know
those jobs seem to be the ones that pay the least.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Depending on where you are too. Right? Like you were mentioning education just now. For those of you that don't know, federally, there is no such thing as the Department of Education.
Wait.
So,
what?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks actually. So what that means is things are going to be state ran. So to your point about us not being taught taxes or just some of the things that we actually need as adults.
Maintaining a mortgage.
Yeah, there's a reason why. Like they were already kind of like pre-mandated things to teach to kids. And there was a why. I don't know if certain states are going to try to heed to a different direction. They'd be like, you know what? I never got the chance to take this actually. They didn't offer it at none of my schools. Maybe we was too broke. I never had a home ec.
I had that. Yo, fire, bro.
I never had a home.
Really?
What was it? Home ec or home rec? I don't even know.
It was home ec. It taught you how to sew, how to cook.
Never had it. I had to learn that shit myself.
I had it. Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, but those are things that I wish would be implemented more into schools.
You had wood shop class?
None of that. It was pop.
Damn.
We barely had a lunchroom.
Why are you laughing?
Because pop.
I'm putting you laughing.
That's good. Not laugh.
SaVon, for those of you listening, SaVon's saying the same thing because him and Alex grew up around the same neighborhood.
Facts.
So I'm just putting
similar neighborhoods.
I'm putting myself in your shoes because my school had all of that.
Oh shit!
That's the misconception about living in Long Island. Like people think it's just
there are bad neighborhoods in Long Island.
Like
really bad neighborhoods.
And it's ironic because we didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. We actually grew up in 2 different counties, maybe like 25 minutes away. But we both was in like
Same
the
shit.
worst fucking school districts
Same
of
shit.
Howard County.
That's why
it's just kind of crazy.
That's why I feel so blessed. Like I tell my mom this all the time. Like I look to do philanthropic. Oh my god,
say it with me. See, that's the education popping through. Okay,
he did say we was in the trenches.
Philanthropic.
I was talking fast. I'm sorry. Philanthropic duties.
Okay.
I want to do that to my town because it was a lot of. Oh my god, fam! I don't even know how we did it. Sometimes it was just a lot of gang stuff when I was coming up and violent stuff. But in hindsight, I don't blame them. I don't blame nobody because what did you expect for them to do? To Pierre's point, there weren't any programs. There weren't any activities. The most we had was the PAL, which was the police athletic league. And we would get some shirt jerseys and hoop for a second. Right. But then aside from that, that's all you got. So yeah, man, to your point, to bring this full circle now, if there's anything that's affected me directly or my family members, because of where I come from and most of my people come from the same walks of life, we've been on survival mode.
The whole time?
I think I'm in survival mode right now. Like, that shit has not left. Like I got homies that y'all know, 2-3 jobs. I've always been like that. 2-3 jobs. Had to start doing it out of the pandemic. 2-3 jobs might be illegal. You know what I'm saying? But it's always been like that for us because shit has always felt like, fam, if you don't do it, who gonna do it?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There's I don't know where I learned this or where I picked it up, but they say in most neighborhoods, or just around people, if your basic needs are met, the crime rate is less.
Yes.
So like jobs or money, having means in that sense. And to hear you guys still speaking about this, I kind of got that sense that your schools, it's gonna sound messed up, that your schools didn't really necessarily might not have the best kind of
say it.
He's trying to dress it up.
Education
necessarily.
He's trying to dress it up.
Say it.
What's education?
What's on your mind?
Didn't have the best education because you guys told me when I asked you if you learned about simple machines, you said no.
No.
Yeah, I didn't know what a fulcrum is.
The most we had was a recorder at my shit.
Damn.
We didn't even have a clarinet.
Did you have the option to
I
play
had a trombone.
No, you had a trombone. Oh shit.
We had the trombone.
We was real popped on my side.
Yeah, we had a trombone.
Oh shit, my fault. Let me not group you in my
brass section.
Oh, you had a brass section? What the fuck? Don't get me wrong though. The town over from me had all of that, but they were all also backed by the town.
Garden City. That was the town.
Uniondale.
Uniondale.
Okay. Yeah, Uniondale actually got all of that shit.
And just the funding is another thing, right? Like
facts.
It's weird. It's all redlining. And we can get into the specifics, but
deep.
I think like what you were saying, just living in survival mode, right?
Yeah.
It's wild to now see everybody living in survival mode. I think at certain points we've all, everybody got their own struggles. Everybody do whatever they got to do. But I think collectively it's like I have to build in grace for the people that I love based on the economic state of where we are, especially in this region.
Yeah.
Like,
explain that a little bit further.
I have to say, I have to think, I have to be mindful, like, most people that I know are struggling financially.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
that are working regular jobs?
Regular jobs, careers. Sure. I know people who are making 6 figures and is still struggling to live, right? Like, I know people who feel like they need a side hustle after making 6 figures and have a partner who's making 6 figures or close to it, and they still trying to figure this thing out. Because what the American dream was, you get the house, you get married, you have the kids,
even
right?
before that.
All of that.
College.
Like,
going into debt.
Everything.
Bruh.
So I feel like it's just one of those things that because we've always, we've stamped ourselves as being a 9-to-5 pod, which to us just says we're relatable, which to us just says, hey, we understand what it is that y'all go through. We appreciate every time y'all click and listen to this podcast because what?
So funny, nigga.
What happened?
I don't know.
I mean, Alex is really the only 9-to-5.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, word.
It's really just Alex.
It's just me.
Say
Mario. It's me, Mario.
I'm putting on for all the hard workers out there without. I already know, man, your coworker keep talking in your ear. You just trying to enjoy your little lunch. I know. She keep talking in your ear, right? You only get 20 minutes and she's still talking. I'm here with you, man. What up?
It's really just Alex.
The sentiment of that whole 9-to-5 thing is, we just understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
And I'm not too far removed, right? Like, I'm one bad month away from being right back on looking for another job, right? Like, I ain't good. Like, I took a chance in this season, right? This is not guaranteed. I didn't say, hey, I'm up $1 million, so I'm leaving my job. It's like, no, I'm gonna create a pathway because I believe in what it is that we're doing, and I got a little bit of time, and I've granted myself some cushion to be able to do it. It's not, I didn't do it because I'm good. I can't retire. Like, don't get it twisted. And that's what I mean. Like, the sentiment of us being a 9-to-5 pod is like, no, I understand what it's like to be the everyday person. I understand what it's like to have friends who may be struggling, that the people that's listening who may be struggling.
For surely.
And I just don't, I think we get on these podcasts and we just talk and entertainment.
I've been telling you niggas been popped. And I've been telling him.
I've been telling you hearing that, but
I be telling him people be popped.
Most of our demographic is around our age, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
And coming up when we were in school, everyone was always pushing college, right?
Yeah, I mean,
most of us went into debt, right, to some extent. I went to school on a full ride, but you guys finished school, right?
You flexing, yeah.
We got your diploma.
Yeah, we got our degrees. Yes, we graduated.
What you talking about? Who you talking to right now? Hey, are you talking to like that, bro?
Assume.
We're graduates.
You know what happens when you assume.
We're graduates.
Absolutely. Degreed up.
Because like most of us that are, in some sort of financial struggle, for the most part, did some type of higher education, right? Because in the whole struggling thing, like, what does that look like for everybody? Like, what stressors might have happened or might have you indulged in, like college? Some people didn't go to college. Some people after high school went straight to work. But for the majority of it, college was rammed down our throats.
I'm not speaking to college, and that was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
It's true though. Everywhere.
But I'm not.
Bro, in my high school, everybody went to college, bro.
We're talking about you saying it was rammed.
That means you went to a good school, nigga.
I'm saying though, it was forced. It was forced for us to do that.
No, it is. It's heavily suggested. It's heavily suggested. But I'm not speaking to college because college has always been a thing. College debt has always been a thing. Credit card debt has always been a thing. I'm talking about how crippling just the economy is, right? Eggs costing 75 cents per egg type situation, right? Like people can't even, you got to decide if you want to wipe your ass or wash your hands.
It's getting
Some people can't wipe their ass and wash their hands with soap.
No.
It's either one or the other. Like that's where that's what I'm talking to. I'm not necessarily speaking about the debt. I think debt comes from choices, right? You choose to go to college, right? You maybe choose to fuck off your grades, so maybe you don't get the scholarship, or maybe you just don't have the education. Now, like, I'm speaking to the things we can't control.
Yeah.
I can't control if I want to go to school or not. My parents can control how much they want to contribute or whatever the case may be, right? What I can't control is the basic need to wipe my ass costs more than a burger.
It's crazy out here. And certain bills you can control, but certain bills you cannot, right? Like if you live in a particular type of neighborhood. Long story short, if you have $5,000 in bills a month, you're gonna have to make X amount,
and you
just to live.
Alex could speak to that. Alex just had a $600 water bill, right?
Oh my god,
wait,
bro!
What?
I just had an $800 water bill.
800, excuse me.
Turn the water off.
It wasn't me. You gonna make me bark on you the way I bark on the water company.
800 is
long story short. Quick. This is adulting 101. This shit is trash. This shit is real life trash.
Okay,
having actual bills, right? Mind you, my water bill be $60, $75. I've been paying this shit for the last 3-4 years.
You might be wiping your ass too much.
He's not wiping it.
I'm not wiping it at all.
He's hopping in the shower.
They trying to get over on me. They trying to get over on me, my nigga.
All right, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
The water bill is usually around 60 to 70. This 1 month.
Per month, okay.
Per month. I ain't gonna lie. It was one day I think a crackhead broke into my spot and turned on the hose.
No way.
Because I woke up.
Wait, like a legit crackhead?
Yes, no funny shit. This is why. This is why I think it's a crackhead.
SaVon is in disbelief.
I know. This is great.
800 water bill? I'm still stuck there.
My nigga, Pete, right? And it had to be late night because I think I was asleep. But I woke up and when I went to the back, my backyard was frozen. Like I could have ice skated.
So okay.
If I got some ice skates, I could have went and did the ballerina if I
crazy.
wanted.
Okay.
So I'm like, my
the triple axel and all that.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I look over at the hose and I'm like, okay, that's been tampered with. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, my bill's probably going to be a little crazy.
With your hose?
Yeah. So then the bill came and it was $800.
Bro,
I called them niggas up. I started lying. I said, look, I don't know what happened.
No way, bro.
I said, yo, I don't know what happened. This is a mistake on y'all's end. Check the rest of my bills. Did the rest of my bills ever look like that? How long I been with you, Liberty? Liberty Water.
Liberty. Not Con Ed.
No, not Con Ed. I'm with Liberty Water.
Okay.
I'm outing them because they be playing.
That's probably why.
That's the problem. I ain't gonna lie. I went on the Google. They had 1 star. I said, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
A lot of water,
a whole lot of, and it took me a lot to go back and forth with them. But it's shit funny, right?
You got your shit down?
Yeah, I got my shit down. Yeah, I did actually.
How long it took you to pay it?
A month. I was arguing for the whole month.
That's wild.
It was insanity, bro. And to your point about, just companies having bills, inflation, dealing with people that charge you things. I was arguing for a whole month with them like, yo, I'm not a millionaire. Stop playing with me, bro. Like, I could pay it. I could pay it, but I'm not. It's the principle,
It's just I can't eat for the next 3 months.
I gotta wipe my ass.
If I spend $800 on water, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna eat? And for me, I was really trying to break it down to them. Like,
car.
My nigga, shit was crazy.
The crazy thing is, we haven't even talked about it, but this is really why we're fucked.
Yeah.
No, legit.
Okay.
The housing market.
Oh my God, it's insane right now.
That is
property taxes right now is smoking.
Bro, the housing market is crazy, and maybe I'm just getting it off because I'm out like life is lifing in a real way.
Speaking from trauma,
in a real way, Druski. You get what I'm saying? You need Aaron a plumber to fix your fucking water.
For really,
that's what you needed.
He wasn't nowhere to be found. He was fighting niggas.
But look, all right, let me tell you something. You got, I'm New York through and through. Me, right?
Yeah.
Cool, got it.
What's up?
Since I moved to Jersey.
Should be better.
I thought I'd never say this in my life. I'm even like kind of still afraid to say this because I'm big New York.
Okay.
But Jersey is nice, bro.
Jersey.
I tell you this. Look, I don't pay water.
What? You don't pay water?
I don't pay heat.
You hear that, Liberty?
Just electricity.
Got a nice situation.
That's
a nice situation.
That's not bad.
Come on over, bro.
Yeah. Do crackheads run in the back and turn on your water?
Not at all.
They don't be doing that?
I live in a peaceful neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know. This shit is getting wicked.
Shit's getting wild out here, man. I'm praying for everybody out there. We love you.
800 is crazy.
Wait. So what's the remedy for that? Other than paying it, like how do you prevent that from happening again?
A point of escalate. You ask for the point of escalate when you speak to the customer representative.
Bring me up. What is that? What do you mean point of escalate?
The point of escalate. It's a little trick for y'all out there. When the rep starts telling you, "Oh my God, Alex, I've done everything. I've exhausted all," they be using that bullshit, that corporate jargon.
Yeah.
I've exhausted all remedies. You ask for the point of escalate. That's they bullshit.
Okay.
And when the point of escalate get on the phone, that's when you get on the theatrics. That's when you start, you get on the theatrics. You start talking about shit you pay for.
Yeah.
I say, for the last 3 years, go check the bill. Check the bill. Has it ever even been over $100? I did that for a month straight. They finally brought it down. They only took off like $400 though.
I mean, that's a lot. That's half.
Yeah, but I wanted that shit at like 80.
That might be a crime to use that much water.
I didn't use it. It was a crackhead.
You gotta put your water hose on like a lock or something. like that.
I've already amended it. I got
You sure it wasn't?
We're being like real men today.
Okay.
What I did was, I have a water boiler, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I locked it. I put like 2 switches on it and locked it. So one is for the washing machine, and one is for outside. So I have to. The only way the water cuts on is if I access it inside the house.
Oh, he wasn't fucking around.
I'm not playing around.
That 800.
That shit smoked me.
So before you shower, you got to go downstairs, turn it on.
No, not for anything inside the household. This literally just runs directly outside to the hose. Right. So now, I'm sure the crackhead tried again. That nigga probably still dirty though. He probably still stink.
Damn, that's grimy.
Yeah. Hey, what's grimy is me paying $800 for water.
That's terrible.
Nah, I wish I would have heard the way Liberty was trying to talk to me at first. Alexander, you're gonna have to pay. There's nothing we can do for you. I blacked. I went crazy.
In those scenarios, I usually ask for the manager.
Point of escalate.
All right.
That is the point. That is actually
I got you, brother.
The point of escalate.
Need to know.
But like SaVon was saying, it's hard out here, y'all. All right. Don't live above your means. I know it gets hard. Instagram, friends. Instagram will make someone live above their means.
Yeah.
Trying
to keep up with the Joneses.
What? Don't do that, man. We rooting for y'all though. For real.
Yeah.
Let's get into more like adulting shit.
It's all about. Let me say what marriage is. And who's marriage for? Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Oh.
Okay. So let's get into that. Why?
because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're going to put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're going to have 5, 10 kids back in the 60s, all them, they're going to have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So,
Paul.
You poor. So you married.
Paul.
You want to break that down.
Paul. So is Paul Pierce trying to tell us that we shouldn't get married until we're fucking 70?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Is that what he's insinuating?
For him.
For him?
Yeah.
So
he's saying marriage is for poor people.
I don't agree.
Okay. What's your take on that? From hearing that, what do you think?
Marriage is for poor people. Mm-hmm. Well, if there are two people who don't have a ton of money and they get together, I'm sure the thinking is to combine salaries. Yeah. Right? To add to the household.
I can see that.
Not just monetarily, but with time. Right? That'd be the thing with these niggas that been rich for so long. They only rich in money.
Self-sufficient. Damn, that's a bar.
They only rich in money. That's all they know, right?
Yo, so, I'm so glad you said. I gotta find this clip. But
damn.
Carrie Hilson, she sat down with Cam Newton.
Like what?
Oh, I saw that.
And she basically said, especially athletes, they are stunted.
Yes.
Their growth is stunted in certain areas because they get the money. Everybody's kind of catering to them. I'm gonna find a clip.
Okay.
You continue to talk about Paul Pierce getting too much money.
And don't get me wrong, like I get it. Maybe some athletes or prominent people are like, man, I have a ton of money. I don't want to marry someone,
for sure,
get divorced,
and then have to give up all of.
Yeah, but that's where loopholes come in. Shout out to my soccer player, man. I don't remember his name, who threw all his money in his mother's name.
Yeah.
So when it was time for the divorce, Shorty was kind of assed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there are just ways around it.
A prominent coach, I'll find the name, but a prominent coach did the same thing.
He did the same thing, right?
NBA coach. I
think.
Yeah.
And most importantly, you know, he's only thinking about, I get it, right? Like you have enough to pay your bills, have a lifestyle, but you're also not thinking about your safety. Shannon Sharp. I know Shannon Sharp. Wish he was married now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Right? All the times Monique tried to tell him, Cat Williams tried to tell him, all these people tried to tell him, he laughed it off. He laughed it off with Chad. I bet now he wish he could go back in time and select a woman who he trusts, who he loves, who he could, you know, properly plan with, right?
Okay. I thought you
melanated.
I thought you were about to say who.
I don't know if he's going to do melanated. That's a stretch for him.
I thought you were going to say who could get all that off with.
Who can get all of that off? That's an option, right?
Monique said, I think in their interview that she was like, now I know some of us might not be into all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she knew, but she was alluding to all that.
See, she knew.
I found a clip from Carrie Hilson with Cam Newton.
Oftentimes I speak on behalf of men, not the vocal men, the men who's the provider. And oftentimes men who are providers, they don't have the words to say because they don't know what to say.
What?
They've never had to say.
What is he talking about?
They are the
This
provider.
nigga do a whole
and
podcast.
They define themselves and their worth and their manhood, their masculinity through providing.
Yeah.
So
this actually might be the wrong clip. But niggas just be talking.
Yeah.
Because he was just getting it off.
Mind you, he said that while he should be a man of many words because he's a pundit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, bro, you're picking and choosing, man.
Now, if you're not listening, then he sound like he's saying something. But if you listening,
to a dumb motherfucker. To a dumb motherfucker, that shit sound like some shit. Ooh.
But like even if you can't really necessarily go into, well, before I say this, what are your views on marriage, Alex and SaVon?
SaVon? I've been talking. I want to hear his.
It depends, all right? No, I never thought about it. I think.
What do you mean you never thought about it?
No way you never thought about it.
Of course.
I'm not going to let you get away with
that.
The
surface level is you want to get married at some point. Okay. I've thought about it at that stage, right?
Okay. Gotcha.
But just like me and Paul Pierce's perspectives are so far away because I'm nowhere, like we're in different stages of life. I think he's been divorced already, right? Like he has different access, there's different pressures that come with being whatever it is that he is compared to somebody that's common like myself. Like my idea of marriage is obviously you want it to be based first and foremost in love.
Yeah.
That's my perception, right? So yes, I understand there's a business aspect to marriage, right? And once you sign those papers, and I'm not really abreast to those things? I don't know. I don't want to look at somebody I love and have to think about business in that way. But as we learn, like, we have to have those conversations. So my idea of marriage, again, I want it to be based in love, and then I want it to work in a realistic way, right? Like, at this point, I don't have a high school sweetheart. Not married my high school sweetheart, which means I didn't meet somebody when I was young and grow with them and go through the hardships
you ain't
and
LeBron,
this and that.
nigga.
I'm not LeBron, right? I would go on a very strong limb and say LeBron and Savannah James probably don't have a prenup. I would bet that.
Do you have a person that you promised when you was like 18, 19, 20? Baby, yo, if we don't get married, if you're not, with somebody by 30, we just link up. You don't have one of those? I have one of those. She got a man now.
So she fucked up that deal?
Well, no,
she's a hater.
Nah, he said she got a man.
Yeah, she got a man.
It might not be. It's not a marriage.
It looked like she married right now.
It's locked in.
Yeah, it's locked in. Okay. That bullshit ass promise she gave me. Why the fuck would you tell me that? Why would you promise me that bullshit?
Because if it didn't work, bro. Yeah. That's the caveat of the deal is if we don't have somebody.
Don't wish me that shit. Because now I'm wishful thinking.
She found somebody.
He said, don't get my hopes up.
Nah, don't get my hopes up,
You wouldn't be saying the same thing if it were happening in reverse. If you were with somebody now and she wasn't.
I'm phony. I probably would.
Okay.
I would have been like, yo, my fault. You right. I'm wrong for reneging on our agreement.
We together now.
I'm wild. I did say that. I had you in mind first. I'm sorry. I mean, but it is what it is.
But yeah, so those are my thoughts on marriage.
Your thoughts on marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, again, just based in love, and then, my point about the Savannah James thing was I would bet my a lot of money that he doesn't have a prenup with her because she was with him at the very beginning of his career. She saw the ascension of him as a man, as a player, as a businessman, all of these things. They kind of got to grow together compared to where if you meet somebody in your 30s, your 40s, your late 20s, whatever, and you're a little bit more established, those conversations may be a little bit different, right? Like if I were with my high school sweetheart, a prenup wouldn't even be a thing. But now when I meet somebody, I have to use that type of discernment and ask myself and have those uncomfortable conversations with them on like, what are we going to do here? And it doesn't mean a prenup is a definite or not, but the conversations change, right?
Sure.
The concept and the idea of what a marriage is, it's changed because we've learned and we've seen in real time athletes and people and prominent people lose a lot when they get the divorce. And nobody goes into a marriage planning to get a divorce unless you're Kim Kardashian. That's like the only motherfucker. I love Kim.
That's crazy. After she shouted you out,
that's the game. We just said, I love her. I'm going to be honest. She honest. We honest.
You see him.
You don't even care about the shout.
Get your man, bro.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
Clean it up.
I love her.
I bet.
And if she ever wanted me to be the next divorcee, I'm down.
Nah, she gonna put you. You ain't gonna get no money.
I ain't getting shit. I ain't getting shit.
She gonna put you in, nigga. You only gonna walk away with what you came with. And she a lawyer.
Not even that. He gonna walk away with no clothes.
Yeah, facts. He gonna walk away with some skims.
Facts, some skims. Dead ass.
Butt ass
naked, some skims.
Oh yeah, but so yeah, that's my thoughts on marriage.
Yeah,
currently.
As a child, I didn't respect it because I never saw it. As I get older, I'm really understanding the importance of it. Just to have somebody that is your rock, who we can talk about anything with, that level of comfortability. I think marriage is important. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, to his point, maybe I have a skewed version of it because I didn't make as much money as him when I was 18 or 19 years old. But still, I think the union itself is very dope, even if you don't officially do the paperwork, right? Just to have a union with somebody that you can entrust in. Hey, we getting older. We had this on We Have More Thoughts. Go check that out, y'all. New episode now, every Wednesday. Emergency contacts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a real thing.
Nah, for sure.
We getting at that age now, man, motherfucker. Like,
I remember the flip when I had to flip it for me. I would always put down either my mom or my dad.
Come on, man.
And then once I'm not gonna lie, I did it once or twice.
You still put your parents?
Yeah, put my parents. But then something in me was like, yo, P, like, you should probably put your wife. So
like, come on, who you gonna call? Your homie? You gonna put your homie down as your emergency contact, or because you got some money and you drive a Maserati?
Yeah.
Like, nah, that shit is corny, man. And I feel like eventually, like, you should be able to grow out of that mindset. Now, granted, I'm not trying to force marriage on anyone. Hey, if you're better off single, salute.
By all means.
By all means, please do what you need to do.
However, that poly shit.
We gonna work on you.
You're not facts.
We gonna.
It works for people.
For people, right?
It's working for some people.
No, it didn't. I am a byproduct of that, and I have family members that are scattered, beefing. Like the after effects of that.
But look at you though.
Yeah, but I'm an anomaly of sorts. Like I'm weird. Everyone else isn't as weird.
So Breed is crazy. You don't think you could produce some baby just like you?
I'm scared.
Okay.
If my baby don't come out like me, I'm gonna be so mad.
What you mean?
It's
Just in terms of a good partner.
Yeah.
No, I know, right? Not in terms of like physicals, right? I mean,
Like
just
mentally.
in terms of mindset.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I get a crash out kid because of some
I'm
of my
gonna be happy.
crash out tendencies.
You need that.
No,
you
I don't.
need a crash
Why would
out baby because you too
Why would I need
calm
it?
and
Why would I need
collected
that?
and good and like fuck that.
Nah, you know what it is?
Give him the crash out baby.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Alex, because it works this way a lot of times. Alex is gonna find himself a wife.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
the opposite of him.
She's gonna crash out.
A little bit edgy. Yeah, she might be the bad, not bad parent, but she might be the crash out, like you're saying.
Okay.
You need a little
SaVon.
more crash out in your life.
No, I don't.
Somebody.
No, I don't. I've had enough of it coming up. That's why I'm trying to change.
Okay.
That's why you're so chill now. You're saying.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man. SaVon, no, we met in college. I changed around 21.
Okay.
Around the time we met.
Yeah.
Around that time. Okay.
Oh, yeah. If y'all would have met me before that. Tasmanian devil.
Crash dummy.
Tasmanian devil.
SaVon's gonna get someone more calm.
Oh, yeah.
Because two of SaVon
Like feng shui. Yeah.
Okay. Yin
You
and
need
yang.
some of that. Yin and yang.
What's preventing you guys from? Because you're both single now. Right?
The
We're
married,
not doing this.
The married person in the room.
Always
Yo,
trying
let
to
me
do
get it
this.
off.
No,
Let me get it off.
Absolutely not.
This is what the people
That's-
want to know.
No, absolutely not.
The thing is, Pierre, when the time is right, we will get there
Nah, fuck
because
that.
we are not against marriage. How about that?
Fuck that. Listen,
We're not doing that.
Listen to me right here,
Oh, my
right?
God.
We're not doing
This is just me, right?
This is just me.
When I have friends who I consider family, brothers,
Dress it up.
Right?
Yeah, lead with love.
I want you guys to experience what I'm experiencing so that we could all like talk together.
That's for you.
No, it's for us. It's
That's
not
for you. No, that's
for
for you.
us.
That's your experience. You got to get it all for you.
Yeah,
Life
speak
is
for me.
better lived with others.
Yeah, that's why you got married.
Exactly.
I'm
And we're
saying-
living through your experiences right now.
No,
That's for
can't-
you.
No, don't live through my experiences. Because look, I always say this:
Yeah.
people aren't perfect, but love is. No matter who you enter into a relationship with, it's never gonna be perfect.
We ain't doing this. I appreciate it. No, I'm with you though.
Wow, you scared of love, yo. What was his? Listen,
What the fuck?
listen. What was his attachment style? Right?
Avoidant.
Avoidant.
There you go.
Bingo.
Hey, I'm gonna live in it today.
I'm down for marriage though. Wifey, what up? I don't know where you at, but what up?
I know who she is. I'm gonna put y'all on.
You know what? I was gonna say something, but I won't.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all off camera.
Okay.
Man. Just y'all
You
two.
getting married next week?
No, Pierre. You better stop for
Nah, my fault.
yeah.
I don't
Stop
think
before I'll start the car up. Because you know I will.
He's scared.
I bet.
Another nigga who should have got married was Diddy. His trial started this week.
Oh my God.
Look.
And you see what happened?
You see?
Yeah. I think there should be a threshold of a certain age where you got to get in something serious. At the very least, maybe not married.
And serious looks different for everyone, right?
Yeah. But I think because we need in corporate America, there's a term called guardrails.
Mm-hmm.
Men need guardrails.
Yeah.
Need 'em.
I think somebody like a Diddy, somebody like a Shannon Sharp, they probably can use that. It's tough when everything orbits around you. When you create the ecosystem stratosphere around you, like these businessmen do.
Look, Shannon was in the BDSM, right?
Yep.
And
That's what
Diddy
they consider it.
and Diddy was telling people what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need somebody who's going to dominate them.
It's guardrails. I use the example. I think what was it? Was it last week we spoke a little bit about it on Billions, about the show Billions? How the real powerful guy. Oh, we was talking about Bill Belichick.
But Belichick, yeah.
Facts.
Even him, he's trying to get the guardrails.
Nah, that's from the kiddie lane. Yeah, hey, you ever go bowling and they put the guardrails up on the kiddie lane?
Yo, bro. Nah, not even bowling. Skating, ice skating.
You know the one.
Yeah,
Even like a Bill Belichick, I think he
That
can
nigga,
use it.
boy.
I think he can use it too. But Diddy's trial started this week. It's been quiet so far. I think they're still trying to build the jury, right?
Yeah, they're trying to build out the jury, which is not going to be an easy task.
I think there were
gonna
like
say,
150 people.
It got to be tough for somebody as popular as he just takes up a lot of space. Like somebody like a Diddy, who also has had a long reign in the public. So it's tough to probably go into this without any bias. Like, it's fucking Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean, whatever you want to call him. Like,
Potential jurors were questioned for a second day in the Sean Diddy Combs trials, sweeping federal sex crimes. I'm sorry, y'all. This was worded terribly. Potential jurors were questioned for a second day in the Sean Diddy Combs sweeping federal sex crimes trial. A high-profile case with ties across the entertainment industry. So yeah, man, they're just deliberating with who is going to be there, which is going to be interesting to find out with the jurors, because who can't identify with Diddy?
Yeah.
Who hasn't seen the fucking footage of him and Cassie?
Sure. Or haven't heard of who he is.
Right.
You'd have to like not be alive for the last...
They would have to outsource from like Europe or something.
Yeah,
and no, even worse, they know Diddy there.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the sticks.
When you say the sticks, you mean like Allison, Alabama?
Sure. Yeah.
That's a place. That's a real place.
Yeah.
You just got to go somewhere where they're completely disconnected, off the grid.
That's
maybe some hippies, something like that.
That's the fucked up part. Like, it takes, usually these trials take place in where the states they were committed in.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part, bro.
Yeah. So,
and it's federal. We're getting no footage,
no
cameras. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, we're not getting
audio.
That's a good point. Yeah, so we're not going to see any footage from.
Might get a rendering here and there.
Yeah, you're definitely. We've seen a few of those. Yeah. So anything we hear from this trial is going to come from pundits, journalists, people that broadcast on social media, which should be interesting because they're going to interpolate what was said in the courtroom. So. I don't know. We'll see, man.
They were saying, I think I was listening to Lauren LaRosa. She said
she went.
She was speaking to how Diddy looked. She said he looked a little bit lighter, had some gray hair, but she said overall he was kind of in good spirits.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for the case, but I think for him, I wouldn't want to look disheveled or look like, I'm going through things in that case. So I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. He's got Brian Steele as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Leading the charge.
Brian Steele, who helped Young Thug. Yeah.
Hopefully, this is one of the things that I was looking forward to in 2025, because this case has been a thing for so long, and there's so many different rumors, and even I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but the spotlight. There's been a lot of attention on Justin Bieber and his health, and I don't know how much that's connected to this whole Diddy thing. Like, when it first happened, when all of these tapes were announced and everybody's trying to figure out who's the pop star and whatever, and Usher's involvement, right? And then all the weird videos came out of the interactions between Diddy and Justin Bieber, and it's like, hey, yo, Playboy, I've been trying to get in touch with you, Justin, man. What's going on, Playboy? Like, I'm trying to have fun with you back in the spot. You know how we do, right? Like, all of these weird interactions and everything. And so I don't know if it has anything to do with Justin Bieber at all and his health and some of the things that it seems like it seems to be taking a physical toll. Something. I don't know what it is.
And Diddy saw him before he went in.
Right. So
Justin Bieber married.
What you saying?
He married. You see how he's staying out of everything else?
He married, but he still want his ex. He still want that old work.
But he got married after all that Diddy shit, right? I know there was some years removed.
I see what you're saying.
Right? Like, you might go through certain things. You might be in certain rooms. You might be reckless by yourself.
Yeah.
Get some moment of recourse and you go, wow, nah, I can't even. I need to get right with God, and I need to get a woman.
I think dang, that's crazy, because some of the people that were around him wound up finding God.
Yeah.
Day 26. I think Boosie was saying, yo, like, what happened to have all those men cry? You know what I mean? Like,
never gonna forgive him for what he did to Day 26.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been anticipating this, like a lot of people, especially in the industry, just to kind of see what happened, what's true, what's not true.
Yeah.
Prayers to anybody who may be a victim in this. You know what I'm saying? I know it can't be easy to go through something like this in such a public way. But I'm excited, and just like the album, I don't know how invested y'all were in Epstein Island. The whole Epstein
I saw the doc
situation. I'm still looking for more documentaries. Like every week I'm refreshing Netflix and Hulu and YouTube trying to like just get more on this, because I think it's just one of the more like fascinating cases.
We're never gonna get the real on that shit.
Even everything that they confiscate. No, go ahead.
No, they just hit a lot in plain sight, and a lot of big names, a lot of entertainers, politicians, people of influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the stories where I was glued to my TV. I'm glued to my internet, just trying to do research. And then I got to be careful because I my algorithm and like the things that I'm inserting, right? So this is just one of those things for me where it's like, all right, I can't wait to see what, you know, Hulu does with it and Netflix and the aftermath of it. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Things that we're also looking forward to. We mentioned the Met Gala at the top of the episode. They stopped I forget who, I don't know if it was Rolling Stone or not, but somebody interviewed Rihanna on the red carpet and they asked about how she was feeling, congratulated her for having a baby, and asked about R9, which is her anticipated album that she's been working on for a very long time. I do have a clip here. I might send it to SaVon real quick, but I'm gonna fucking, all right, cool. I just sent it to you, my fault, buddy.
Yep. And
in this clip, I think there is hope for R9.
You think so?
I do. This is probably this is
like next 2 years,
maybe even less than that.
Okay.
This is the most confident I've heard her talk about this album.
How are you?
I want to see that bump looks so
Thank
cute.
you.
But the question is, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm shockingly feeling okay.
Yeah.
And not too overwhelmed at the moment. I mean, at first it was kind of like, oh.
Is this putting R9 on pause even longer? Because you were in production.
No, maybe a couple videos, but.
A couple videos?
I could sing.
Yes, you can.
Really? Right?
Yeah.
Before, it's always been disregarding it, walking over the statement. She's saying no, she's confirming that they are in production, right? She's talking about, okay, with my baby, all right, I might miss a video or two that I maybe wanted to do, but I'm excited. I'm getting excited. The next Rihanna album should be incredible.
I just want to see what that next wave is.
Me too.
It's like
that Navy.
The one thing that the women do way better than like the men artists
support
is they have real influence.
Yeah,
like I'm just thinking of the Beyonce's. Like even Kendrick, right? As massive as Kendrick is as an artist, people are popping out for his shows. I think everybody's going there as themselves, right? They're just like, yo, I want to go support this guy. This is my guy. I love SZA, whatever. I just want to be there. Big fucking Kendrick, all the beef, but whatever. Cool, I'm there.
Yeah.
But when you go to a Beyonce concert, it is a night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is let's get in costume. It is let's all be on the same frequencies.
Dramatic.
Like you might meet your best friend at some of these things. Like I had some homegirls who was going to the Beyonce concert, and they were like happy weeks before it even came. It's like this is Beyonce day and whatever. So I love how the girls show up. But even when Nicki Minaj was on tour, like we saw the influence. Everybody dressed up in pink, and it was just a thing. So. I can't wait to just see what the next wave is that Rihanna brings because the cowboy thing I'm getting a little exhausted.
I love you,
Cowboy
Beyonce.
Carter.
I'm exhausted.
I'm getting a little exhausted with the cowboy thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I get it. It's black culture. It's our culture. We did it first. I get it, B. I'm with you, Queen. But please get into your R&B bag. I've been saying this for years.
Nah, you got to champion it. You know what I mean? You got to champion it.
Champion what?
Like the whole black cowboy.
I do champion it. I love the fact that she's highlighting it for us. She's 100% correct in it as well. However, what I enjoy from you, sing about that nigga Jay, man. What that nigga did to you? What he did again?
Yo, bro.
Like,
Even
that's what I'm trying to hear, bro.
when she did the Astronaut album.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Like she brought the wave. Everybody dressed in silver.
SaVon, you meant the dance album?
He said astronaut.
But everybody dressed like they was going to space. Everybody was in space uniforms, bro. They look like Gayle King and Katy Perry going to these fucking concerts. Like it was a wave. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. When she did that, the Outer Space album concept, and now it's cowboy.
Talk about Renaissance.
Yes, Renaissance. Now it's cowboy. And so now I just want some new flavor. I know Rihanna. You know I'm Navy. I've been Rihanna Navy. I'm locked in. I've been waiting patiently, so I'm excited. Thank you for sharing that clip because we need that. And please, Rihanna, give Rocky a break.
Yo, what's your beef with Rocky?
He's not
good.
good.
Rocky does a pretty good job and kind of like stayed out of the way. No,
Yeah.
am I bugging?
It's not I feel bad for him.
Why? Because of the amount of kids?
You ain't never had an eater who won't give you the break. Like, stop.
It's starting to hurt.
A break. Like
Nah,
I'm hurt.
that's their love.
It's too much.
That's their love coming to fruition, bro.
That's
You
all
can't
I'm
stop
saying.
that.
That's all I'm saying. And nobody even spoke about. There was a girl who said she was with A$AP Rocky. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yo, you ran?
That's crazy.
I said
bro.
no.
I didn't report. Say
yes,
what you ratting up here.
I'm the Navy.
Ratting Ramon?
I'm the Navy.
That's crazy. That's not like you. That was nasty.
Wow.
Bro, we talking about.
I would have never expected that from him.
From him? That was nasty.
It was the edible.
No.
Oh, now.
Please.
Just blame it all
It
on
was
the
the edible, bro.
Blame it on the alcohol, right?
It was the edible. No, blame it on the edible. It was the cannabis. It was the cannabis.
Yeah, I know. I fucking bet.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, anything else y'all want to discuss before we get out of here? I feel like we did some life shit. I don't know if we want to talk about sports at all. Andre 3000. Oh shit! Yeah. And I also had a clip because coming off of last week, there was something I did come across because somebody had made a note that I didn't do the proper research on Kanye West.
Which part?
You ain't checked the song out
because I didn't listen to the song.
Okay.
And somebody felt like, damn, you was away for 3 weeks. You guys come back.
The least you could have done.
The least you could have did was listen to Kanye's song about him sucking his cousin's dick.
Yeah, play on that thing.
And so I felt bad. I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're right. Fuck my life.
So you listened to
Fuck how I felt. I didn't listen to it.
Okay.
But
I was about to say, how many spins? Okay.
Nah, I didn't give it too many spins. I listened to it one time.
This is your first play right here.
No, this is not my first.
I was about to say, please
I did listen to it. I did listen to it.
Gotcha.
But there was an old Kanye interview that resonated with me, and I'm like, oh, I want to bring this to the pod for anybody who felt slighted and me not really going into that last week, or any of us not really going into it. I just want to bring this clip to light.
Everybody in high school be like, yo, you acting like
what?
You acting like dog, you. And I used to deal with that when I was in high school. And what happened is it made me kind of like homophobic, because it's like I would like go back and like question myself, like, damn, why does everybody else walk like this and I walk like this? So why is then you start just looking, because you don't realize until you're in high school. People like, yo, fam, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at how you act. If you see something and you don't want to be that because it's such a negative connotation towards it, you try to separate yourself from it so much that it made me homophobic.
Okay.
So that was a Kanye clip. He sat down with Sway. The whole there's an entirety of this interview. Like,
you know,
I only played like 45 seconds. No, but it was early Kanye.
That was very early Kanye.
Early Kanye.
Yeah. I can only imagine what goes through his brain if that is what has been on his mind since a child. Fam, that is wow.
Because I do think the messaging gets blurred with Kanye because he seems to always do things for attention. Yeah. But he's also been documented for a very long time of how he feels and his thoughts. And so when I came across this interview, I was like, oh, wow, this could explain a lot. This can give a different perspective, although it could be attention seeking for him to say that when he said it, he wanted the headlines. Yeah. But I do think he probably has internalized his own sexuality for a very long time. I think even when he first came out, that was one of the things he branded himself as the non-gangster, as somebody who wore the backpacks and the collar shirts, and like that was a part of his brand, anti-thug almost, right?
Facts.
And feeling intimidated, like even when he had this back and forth with Cameron recently, and he said the two people I don't want to beef with is 50 Cent and Cam, because y'all the gangsters, y'all them guys, y'all do what y'all do, right? Like I think that's always been a dynamic within himself. Now he has been vocal about. And in that interview, him and Sway, and the reason I didn't play it is because the language gets very raunchy. He turns up. He
worse than that.
Yeah, he say that about 8 more times.
Okay.
In that interview. So I cut it off at that. But he been on that. So yeah. I just wanted to bring that again. I'm sorry, man. I watched the film. I watched the game tape last week.
I thought you was about to play the song.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Nah. Yeah.
That is
see, like, that's I think I alluded to this the other week or one of the episodes. Like, if he's gonna get that off in therapy, right?
But you would have to,
even especially now, get that off in therapy.
But you would have to respect the therapist. That is Kanye's whole problem. He thinks he's bigger and better than everyone. So how could you seek help?
He thinks he's God.
Yeah, he thinks he's
refers
God.
to himself
That's
as
the
God.
problem. You got to want to help first from yourself, and then you start to seek for it. But he don't want to help.
And again, I think it's a nuanced conversation that he's having, because a part of it is selfish. It's for him, but it's also probably liberating to some that he's even expressing. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Like that's Kanye
broaching the topic.
He doesn't necessarily want the help for himself. He wants everybody to want the help for him. You get what I'm saying? Like it's attention seeking in a way, but it's just a very nuanced conversation.
Damn, that's crazy. The playoffs have been crazy.
Yes, they have.
I think this has been the most exciting playoff basketball we've received since the pandemic, right? Because they were kind of forced to in the bubble. The first round has been electric. Knicks, what up? LeBron and them left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Bron in here, you know, and that's okay. That's okay.
He's lamenting.
Rob Pelinka, you will pay for your atrocities. You and JJ, I love you, man. You got us to that 3 seed, but you played that 40-year-old nigga the whole second half.
That was crazy.
And I just it was over from then. You know, a lot of various injuries. However, I'm excited for the Knicks
because Bron did look. I've never seen Bron that tired. Yeah, he looked really tired.
Tell JJ that he did a whole podcast.
But he's a star player.
See, LeBron, Drake, and A$AP Rocky. They need breaks. These men are performing at the highest level,
very high clip.
All time. Justice for these men.
Justice for Bron. Justice for Bron, yo. Okay. Y'all ain't get that nigga no big man and you sat Jackson Hayes. Fuck it. How y'all feel about the players?
Bro, they got, by the time this comes out and people listen, like, it's going to be old as fuck. Yeah. But I will say, just to your point, they even had, like, Alex Len. He big as hell. Just throw him in there.
No. As a fellow Alex, I could tell you that was the Alex for the job. That was, trust me. Hey, trust me on this. That wasn't the Alex for the job.
Okay, all right.
Not at all. But I will say this has been the most wide open it's been in a while as well. I don't know who's going to win. I'm rooting for the Knicks as of now. Yeah. It's exciting. I love when I can't predict.
Going crazy.
He's going crazy. I love when I can't predict who's going to win a championship.
Yeah. So how far do you think that wait, are you a Knicks fan? No, you're a Lakers fan.
So I have an East. Y'all going to call me phony for this? I have an East Coast team and I have a West Coast team.
Okay.
My West Coast team is the Lakers. My friends, one of my friends actually, I know him, Just. He thinks whack for having both in both conferences. I do root for the Knicks.
I mean, that is kind of like.
I got an indoor pool and outdoor pool.
Exactly.
Nah, it don't work that
Fuck
way.
you mean nah?
You got to pick one.
I got an indoor pool and an outdoor
That's too safe.
I get what he's saying. I get it.
It's two conferences, right?
I don't agree, but
it's two conferences. It's two conferences, right?
Yeah, but that's still too safe.
I don't give a fuck about being safe, man. Okay?
You're not a ride or die.
I am a ride or die.
No, you're not.
No, look at him.
I am.
He definitely is.
Nah.
I need a ride or die, nigga. That's me.
Wait. Okay.
I don't need a ride or die, nigga. I'm saying like I'm the nigga.
You literally just said that.
No, but I'm the nigga.
You meant
that would be the ride or die for others.
Comma, nigga.
I need a ride or die, comma. I'm that nigga.
Okay.
Just for y'all. Just for y'all. Just for y'all.
Nah, it's not us. I'm gonna say people listen to this.
People know me,
so they want to make sure.
I love the ladies.
Okay.
They know me.
Now we know that.
You good? You all right?
What?
Nigga's crazy. Nigga's crazy.
Andre 3000.
No, I was gonna talk about scaring the hoes, and then we get up out of here.
Okay.
Damn, scaring the hoes is so good. Should we save it?
We can.
Scaring the hoes is so good. I don't even want to fucking waste it right now. Can leave it as our cliffhanger as we do when we have more fun.
Let's do it, fellas. This was fun. This was great. We made it another week.
Yeah.
I feel like the news cycle's kind of been a little slow too.
Facts.
News cycle. This week. Oh my God! Y'all don't got allergies?
No,
bro. I don't know what they did. I am terrified. I'm fucking terrified.
Go outside.
I think they can just pull a switch and I'm gonna die. I'm telling you. I think they control the pollen like a thermostat. They can control our elements like a fucking thermostat. There was 2 days last week. 2 days where I don't know what they was just testing shit.
Going up and down with the switch.
They turned the pollen all the way up and I was dying.
Nah, it's the interchange of the seasons. Usually that happens at that point.
In addition to...
Are you new to spring?
In addition to the cannabis.
What?
Right?
Bro.
To your cannabis-induced coma?
In addition to that, I also... Like me feeling like a bitch being taken out by edible. I also felt like a bitch being taken out by this pollen.
Damn.
I was just done.
You stayed inside?
We got to get your immune system up, man.
Yeah.
We got to get you.
Yeah.
We gotta get your shit up, man.
Gotta get something.
Yeah.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. Ayahuasca's next.
Nah. You're done trying things. Please.
Yeah,
Just
that's it. I'm with Pierre.
take a long break from anything
That's it.
that you gotta try. What do you mean?
Aaron Rodgers, the ayahuasca, ain't won a championship since. Look, we ain't got the time for that.
No darkness retreats. Nothing.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. This has been the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, on the Need to Know podcast. Be back soon, y'all. King.